For more Magic the Gathering resources, check out my friends at paperchampion.net and Kitchen Table MTG.
Okay, so we are playing Sleeper Agent, and it's not really what I want, but it looks okay. Alright, so we'll keep this. I've got a Magma Jet which will let me scry, and hopefully I'll find something good off of that. I've also got a Terminate. And I've got a good mana base, so I think I'll be alright. Well, depending on what my opponent's playing. So, we're just going to start off with a Swamp and then go to Dragonskull Summit. That'll allow me to play Magma Jet on my opponent's turn and scry for my next card. Okay, so land's not too bad. So we'll go to my opponent's turn. Okay, and hopefully they'll cast something. I hate playing blue. Okay, so opponent has a stop on my turn. Alright. Okay. So opponent has a Delver. Okay. That's alright. We will get rid of that. Magma Jet. Okay, so, Vampiric Links are good, but I don't know if I need two of them. Maybe one to the bottom, one to the top. Alright. We'll play out a mountain, and we will just hold it up for now. We can hold up a Terminate in case my opponent drops something. Or we can always put a Stab Wound on something too, and see how it goes. Alright. So opponent's just got one blue mana. They kept a one lander. A Foreboding Ruins. Okay. Got 4 mana out, but nothing I can really do with it. So alright, well, I guess we'll just just pass and go and wait for my opponent. It's kind of weird that they kept a one lander. Alright, so it draws a land. Okay. Bloodchief Ascension is good, but I don't want to go into open mana with opponent having 7 cards in hand. So we'll wait to see if they'll tap out. Okay, so does my opponent play anything? No. Interesting. Well, alright, well, we can try and play a Magma Jet on my opponent's turn. Let's just see here. Maybe we can do a Magma Jet here and bait out a counter, then put down a Bloodchief Ascension. No, let's just wait. We can do that. We can always do that on my opponent's turn too. So we'll see if they play anything. Okay, so they're cracking. Okay, so opponent's got maybe something. No, they're just waiting. A Thought Scour, alright. Okay, so we're going to wait and, well actually, I'm going to try and cast a Magma Jet here. At worst I do 2 damage to my opponent and I get to scry. So, but hopefully I can get them to tap out with a counter, maybe? Well, hopefully they don't have a counter, right? And it seems like they do since they're waiting. Especially with 8 cards in hand, they know they're going to have to discard. Alright, so a Volt Charge. I think these both go to the bottom. Although a Volt Charge is kind of nice because I can put the get counters on Bloodchief Ascension. Let's top that. Okay. So what's my opponent playing? Looks like... Okay, it just looks interesting. Okay, Bloodchief Ascension. You gonna let me have it? Not, yeah, I guess so. Alright. And yeah, I guess we'll just go from there. Okay, so wait a second. Beginning of each end step. Well, might as well... Well, my opponent doesn't have any counters. Might as well tap and Volt Charge my opponent. We can put a counter Oh, they're going to counter it. Alright. Oh, they must have only mana leaks. That's okay. I kind of made a mistake because Proliferate says you can add a counter to one that already exists. And since I don't have one that exists, then it doesn't actually do anything. Okay, let's go. I don't have the mana to pay for a mana leak. Let's just wait. We can always cast that Volt Charge on my opponent's turn. Let's see what they put out. Another Thought Scour. Okay. Alright, so let's see, what are they playing? Trying to get an Angler out, maybe? Stab Wound. Alright. I just don't have any way to do damage to my opponent. I've got like all the removal and the damage like from the creatures, but I just don't have any creatures to put it on yet. So I need my opponent to get like a Gurmag Angler or something out. Lightning Bolt to me. Alright. Sure. Swamp. Alright. So a Swamp allows me to play a Blightening on this turn. So why don't we try that? Blightening. Okay. Force them to discard 2 cards and take 3 damage. Do they have a Dissolve? Alright. Alright, well, Okay. I think I just hold up that Volt Charge. What does my opponent have? Young Pyro? Okay. Yep. I think we're okay with that. And we'll try and kill it here. Okay, so Volt Charge against Young Pyro. Okay, so just kill that. Blightening is actually pretty good against my opponent again. Okay, so force them to discard 2 cards unless they've got a counter. Okay, but more importantly, it'll put a counter on Bloodchief Ascension. Okay. Alright. So far so good. Always. Okay. And always yes. Always yes. Yes. Okay. So you can start getting some counters on that. Okay, so opponent's just running more counters. Okay. Dragonskull Summit, and yeah, we'll just wait on it, I guess. There's nothing I can do since my opponent doesn't seem to have any creatures at all. And I don't have any creatures either. Okay. Hypnotic Specter. I think I just wait. My opponent once again. Well, let's try it. Put some pressure on my opponent. Okay, so Hypnotic Specter. I have enough to pay for Mana Leak, so he's going to have something else. Alright, well, that puts some pressure on my opponent, because I'm going to start swinging and doing damage to them. Okay. They're probably going to do something. Yeah, alright, Electrolyze, that's fine. Electrolyze is okay to me, because at least he's not doing it to me. Is that 2 target creatures? Yeah, or players, so that's fine. My opponent's drawn out almost his whole deck. Alright, well, let's do this. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, so if you drop out a big fatty, you're not going to be able to cast it. Mana Leak. He's not going to want that. Snapcaster. Yeah, targeting what? Dissolve? Okay, that's alright, actually. Yeah. Now, do I kill the Snapcaster? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, just use that as a form of removal. I don't want to take any extra damage from my opponent there. Alright, we'll go with that. So my opponent's got 5 cards in hand, tons of mana, tons of open mana. Okay, we'll just play a swamp and go. We can actually just wait for our cards to come out. It's a little boring, but you know, waiting, like, I don't really have a play anyway, so there's nothing I can do. Might as well wait, see what my opponent has as far as a win condition. Okay. And Sleeper Agent. Alright, let's run that. So, Sleeper Agent. Does my opponent have... Okay, yep. Okay, Vampiric Link. Actually, cancel. We'll go for Stab Wound first. Okay, see if my opponent will counter it. No. Okay, well, we're going for a Vampiric Link too. Alright. Sweet. Then we can start putting some counters on Bloodchief Ascension, unless my opponent has removal. Oh, and probably does. No, Snapcaster electrolyze his own creature. Electrolyze. Okay, yep. You can get rid of their own creature there, or get rid of the Sleeper Agent. Alright, well, that's fine. Okay, so opponent's got a Serum Visions. Man, they've drawn through, like, they're only down to 22 cards. Alright, well, that's okay. Okay, so what do they have? So, opponent's running something... Ashiok. Alright. Vampiric Link. Okay, let's go, Okay, so we're going to put Vampiric Link on his Snapcaster Mage. Okay, You're going to need to find a way to take care of my opponent here. Hopefully we get some burn. Okay. And Ashiox, yeah, I'm going to start getting rid of my library. Okay, Delver, okay. I'll wait for see if Delver flips at all. Not really what I wanted. Okay. So, yeah, I've drawn quite a bit of land, but also on turn 18. Does Delver flip? Nope. Alright. Exile top 3 cards in my library, sure. Ashiok's about to ultimate. Okay. Can put something onto the battlefield under his control. Sure. Tasker. Sure. Alright. We will terminate that. Okay. Does my opponent have a counter for it? Nope. Alright, that's good. Okay. So going for 1. Okay. Hypnotic Specter is pretty decent. Okay, I think I may have lost this one though. I'm not favored to win. Although Hypnotic Specter starts dealing damage and get cards onto Bloodchief Ascension. Well, my opponent's probably got a ton of removal. They're playing a pretty powerful deck here. Okay. Does it flip? Yep. Alright. Okay, I think I'm just going to take the 3. Because I need to be able to swing in. It's going to be worse for my opponent for me to swing in with the Specter. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to attacks. Alright, does my... Well, let's see, do they have anything? We'll just attack. Ashiok's about to exile all cards from opponent's hands and graveyards. Put a creature card in the mass under control. I don't really play any creatures, so that's not really a big deal. Alright, we'll just attack Huggles the Bear. Okay. Alright, opponent's got something. Repeal. Okay, return to my hand. That's fine. I'll just play it again. Okay, does he have a counter? Nope. Alright, so I will hold up. Okay, Volt Charge. Maybe cast it against Insectile Aberration. Then proliferate a counter onto Bloodchief Ascension. Alright, so hopefully this will work out. Alright. So opponent's got so many cards. Okay, so we'll go attack. And yes, of course, he's got all the counters. Oh, yes. Alright, I can pay that. Yep. Okay, is there another counter? Yep, of course. Alright, nope. Alright, well. Okay. So, what does my opponent have here? Man, this is a super annoying opponent to play against. But we'll see how it goes. And we're on turn 20 of the match. Another Tasigur. Alright. That is not cool. I think I've pretty much lost this one. Let's concede. Alright. Let's go to our sideboard and see what we can do. Okay, so begin sideboarding. Alright, so we want to get rid of Hypnotic Specters, because my opponent's not really playing any creatures. Okay, so what we want to do is put in Surgical Extractions. Okay. Sleeper Agent Vampiric Link is still our main goal here. Fatal Push, I think, is going to be important. It's a form of removal. Okay, and what could we get rid of here? We need something... Terminate, maybe? The opponent doesn't seem to be playing too many creatures. Sure, let's get rid of Terminate. We'll see how it goes. I'm reluctant to get rid of probably the best removal I have, but we'll see if we can pull out a win with this. So, adding a lot of graveyard hate in there. Okay, would you like to play first? Yes. Extirpate's good. Sleeper Agent's good. Okay, let's go turn 1. We'll keep. Okay, so turn 1, tap Sleeper Agent, give that to my opponent. Okay. Alright, force them to use some removal on it. Yeah, I can always get an Ensnaring Bridge out, hopefully, and then prevent it from attacking eventually. Okay, so just scrying, that's okay. As soon as he puts something in the graveyard, though, I'm going to extirpate it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, swamp, okay. We'll go Dragonskull Summit, and we'll just wait. We'll cast Magma Jet on my opponent's turn. Alright, and then hopefully scry something like a Bloodchief Ascension back to the top of the deck. See how we do. Alright. Yeah, so he's going to take the lead a little bit. Alright. Tapping for a Thoughtseize. Alright, let's go to tap and tap for Magma Jet. Okay. Let's see, do I want Terminate or Blightening? Blightening is actually pretty good. So Blightening to the top, Terminate to the bottom. Alright, he's probably going to take the Ensnaring Bridge. But okay. That's what I would take anyways. Extirpate's bad, but not as bad as Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, so opponent's tapped out. We will go tap, tap, and tap for Blightening on my opponent. So 3 damage. Okay, and they have to discard 2 cards. Discarding 2 cards is really harsh. Right? And then next turn I can extirpate that, whatever cards I can out of their deck. So get rid of something that is really going to be rough on them. Okay, so Delver, Thoughtscour, Thoughtseize, sure. Alright, so go ahead. 2 damage. Okay, so they're going to swing for 3. Alright. You gonna cast anything? A Delver, alright. And Young Pyro, okay. Stab Wound. Okay, let's go tap, tap, and tap for Stab Wound. Okay, so we're going to pick up the damage on my opponent here. We'll play a Swamp, and let's extirpate his Thoughtscour. Okay, let's see. At least it lets us see what's in their hand. So, Remand, Flash Freeze. Alright, well, playing basically all just counters. Alright. Okay. Alright, and I might be able to just race them here. Okay. So that's going to do a ton of damage to them. Okay, so Stab Wound, they lose 2 life. Down to 5. Delver might flip. Does it flip? Okay, it does not flip. Okay, Sleeper Agent does 2 damage to them. Okay, they're going to swing for 4. Okay, sure. We'll drop our Ensnaring Bridge. They're going to Remand. Okay, that's okay. Okay, that's a nice art on Remand, actually. Okay, but I think on this next turn I just win. Alright, so let's see, my opponent's upkeep. Okay, Stab Wound goes onto the stack, and I think Sleeper Agent kills him. Okay, so Sleeper Agent's going to destroy him. Alright, Sleeper Agent comes out with a win. Alright. Sweet, killed by the Sleeper Agent. Alright, my opponent did have more creatures this time. Well, at least he got more creatures out. Do I just get rid of... Let's see, Volt Charge is only to a... Well, that's to a creature or a player. Blightening is actually pretty good, though, discarding cards. I don't think I could really get rid of anything else. Yeah, I think I just run it back the way it is. Alright, so that was pretty good. You know, coming out with a win against Delver. Alright, especially the red with the Young Pyro in there too. Alright, so Fatal Push, Sleeper Agent, Vampiric Link. Yeah, I think we can keep this. Alright. So opponent's got a Steam Vents. 2 damage to getting a Delver out. Okay. We'll go, Foreboding Ruins. Okay, revealing a mountain. Sure, we'll go turn 1, Sleeper Agent. Okay, give our opponent the Sleeper Agent. Alright, that's got to be super annoying. Does Delver flip? If it does, that's still okay because I can put a Vampiric Link on it. Yep. Okay. And always yield. Doing 2 damage. Now he's going to strike me for 6 here, which is going to suck, but... Alright. Thought Scour, sure. Okay, so opponent's tapped out here, which is good. I could Fatal Push his Delver. And Vampiric Link. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Okay. Let's go get just a regular Swamp out. And go tap for Vampiric Link. Okay. And tap for Fatal Push on his Delver. Okay. And go. Okay, so it deals 2 damage to my opponent. I get 2 life back. Okay. So if he swings with it, though, I'm basically going to just get my life back, so it won't do anything. Okay, so is my opponent going to cast anything? If they do, I'll put down an Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, they're going to have to wait for some removal. Alright, well, let's go... Okay, Dragonskull Summit. Does my opponent have a counter? Almost certainly they do. Alright, I think I just have to wait for them to tap out. Okay, if they get rid of my Ensnaring Bridge, then okay, so be it. But, alright, what did they do? Lightning Bolt? Alright. Okay, so hopefully my opponent will tap out here. I can drop an Ensnaring Bridge, a Sleeper Agent, and also a Mountain. Or a Dragonskull Summit. Nope. Okay. Magma Jet's okay. Alright. We'll just run it like this, and we'll cast Magma Jet on my opponent's turn, so we can scry. Okay, so paying some extra mana, they're just going to pass. Sure, let's try and Magma Jet my opponent. Okay. Are they going to counter it? Come on. Flash freeze, okay, that's alright. Hopefully that's enough. Alright, let's try and bait our opponent with a Bloodchief Ascension. Alright, that's good. We will go tap, tap, and tap for our Ensnaring Bridge. Okay, so see if we can get that onto the board. Yes, and fine. If they're going to really have that, they got no counter, so we'll go Sleeper Agent. Okay, so Sleeper Agent's gonna possibly do some damage to my opponent. Okay. Unless my opponent's got the right removal, although they took some damage here. Okay, what do they have? Counter? A Remand. Alright, that's okay. I'll take it back to my hand. Okay. And... okay. That's fine. So I just need to wait and get this Sleeper Agent down. Okay, so is my opponent going to pay anything? I don't know if they can get rid of my Ensnaring Bridge. I'm not sure if they have anything to do that. So, okay, I don't care about a Gurmag Angler. Yeah, you can cast all that. Delver, sure. Okay, get all your mana out. That's fine. A Volt Charge. Okay. Well, let's just try and go Sleeper Agent, I guess. Yep. Okay. My opponent can have that. Alright. Finally got that down. Sleeper Agent's going to do 2 damage, which means I will get, come on, flip so you can't attack. Flip so you can't attack. Ah, alright. Well, my opponent took 2 damage, which means I get a counter on Bloodchief Ascension. Young Pyro's okay. Okay, just tap everything, sure. Cast everything. Vandal Blast, what's this? Destroy target. Artifact. Oh, alright, so they did have something. Alright. Let's go. I think what we need to do is tap, tap, and tap. Volt charge on Young Pyro. Okay, are they going to counter? Remand? Sure. Alright. Okay. It still works out alright. Hopefully, well, not great. So now my opponent can swing for a ton. Alright. So let's see, what do we have here? A little bit late, yes. Okay, Ensnaring Bridge? Okay, so Ensnaring Bridge. Alright. And I don't have the mana for Volt Charge, but okay. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a Snapcaster. Okay. Come on, no Snapcaster. Sweet. Okay, so going for 3. That's okay. Okay, always... Yes, I do. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to go 1, 2, and 3 for Volt Charge against my opponent. Okay. Young Pyro. Dispel. Okay, that's fine. Still gets it out of my hand. Remand would be worse. Okay, actually... Oh no! Oh no! I need Delver to flip this turn. Alright, if Delver flips, then I'm okay. But if Delver doesn't flip, then I'm just dead. Oh no, just 1 mana short. Okay, so let's see. This turn, my opponent will still take 2 damage. Okay. Oh, so close. Okay, flip. Okay, so flip. Okay, come on, flip. No! Oh, so close. Okay, let's see. Will he mess up? Snapcaster. Yeah, okay. Alright, so concede game. Pretty good. Alright, so anyways, that was actually pretty good. We almost won against a Delver deck, which is a pretty competitive deck, so I actually like this. Anyways, if you do like the matches, please like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.